Inside me cannot be denied. I've got a feeling that the Father who made us, when He was kindling the pulse of my veins, He left a tiny spark of that fire smoldering inside. The spark of creation is flickering within me. The spark of creation is blazing in my blood. A bit of the fire that lit up the stars and breathed life into the mud. First inspiration, the spark of creation. I see a mountain and I want to climb it. I see a river and I want to leave shore. Where there was nothing, let there be something, something behind me. There's things waiting for me to invent them. There's worlds waiting for me to explore. I am an echo of the eternal cry of, let there be the spark of creation, burning bright within me. The spark of creation won't let me rest at all until I discover or build or recover the thing that I can call my celebration of the spark of creation. The spark of creation, may it burn forever. The spark of creation, I am a keeper of the flame. We think what we want is a lifetime of pleasure, each perfect day the same, endless vacation. Well, that's alright if you're a kind of crustacean. When you're born with an imagination, sooner or later you feel your fire get hotter and higher. The spark of creation. That was a quiet way to say hello. Thank you for looking at my tonsils. Good evening. My name is Malvina Lacey, but you can call me Malvi. I'm so happy that you're here in the Sutton Pavilion, a place where usually I am on the brink of tears holding a box of cheese and grapes. But not tonight. Tonight I am joined by Dan Williams, music director, by Kathleen Wrinn, by some amazing fellow performers, and most importantly, by you guys. And I'm going to be telling you about the bravest thing that I've ever done. When I was 18 years old, I moved completely alone from Italy to Syracuse, New York. Woo! Of all places. I left my whole life behind to pursue the dream of being an artist and a performer. But before we get to that, let me take you back to the very beginning. I was born in the center of Milan, Italy, with blonde, curly hair, a butt chin, and many unsettling things to say. Ever since I can remember, I have always felt what Stephen Short perfectly described as the spark of creation. That is deep desire to create things and express myself. So my mother, Francesca, thought that maybe I would like theater. Well, it only took one show in a small theater in Milan and one season of Glee for me to decide I was gonna do this. I was 10. I was the villain in a very dramatic Italian musical because I requested to be the villain. I was convinced I was gonna be the star. On everybody's lips is gonna be Roxy. A lady working in the chips is gonna be Roxy. I'm gonna be a celebrity. That means somebody everyone knows. They're gonna recognize my eyes, my hair, my teeth, my lips, my nose. Watch and learn. From just some dumb mechanic's wife, I'm gonna be Roxy, who says that murder's not an art, and who, in case she doesn't hang, can say she started with a bang. Roxy Hart. So the plan was simple: teach myself English, try to find a way to get really good at this, move to America, and then become the new Rachel Berry. I've given up my humdrum life. I'm gonna be Roxy. I've made a scandal and a star, and Sophie Tucker will shit on no to see her name get billed below. Roxy Hart. And then I grew up. And it was time to actually face the fact that pursuing this meant changing my whole life. Because everybody knows that there's one place you should go if you want to do this. And that place was 4,000 miles away from everything I'd ever known and everyone I'd ever loved. So, no matter how daunting that felt, being there was all I could think about. apply to go to college for musical theater. And with that decision came a lot of judgment, partly because I was the typical straight-A student, you know, obsessive. Everyone expected me to become a lawyer or a doctor or a writer or clinically insane, which I am. Also, I did go to Italian classical high school, which is the high school where the concentration classical studies, but we won't talk about that. And partly because in Italy, show business is not as significant as it is here. So everyone was like, are you insane? Don't go, stay here. And that would drive me crazy. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't. It isn't right. It isn't nice. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't. Walk on the grass. Don't disturb the peace. Don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do. I say walk on the grass. It was meant to feel. I say sail to the windmill, and if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't, everybody says don't, everybody says don't. Get out of line. I say that then, lady, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, you're doing just fine. You just come on, be brave. This time a ripple, next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop, everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the court, can't laugh at the king. I say try, I say laugh at the kings, it'll make you cry. Lose your voice, fall if you have to, but lady, make a noise. Everybody says don't, everybody says can't, everybody says wait around for miracles. That's the way the world is made. This is a miracle, send me to the miracles. Nothing to them, I say don't. Don't be afraid. And then the first school I applied to, I didn't even make it through to pre-screen. And then I started questioning everything. Like I'm not supposed to do this. What if it's just a pipe dream for me? What if I'm not? Maybe I love performing and it just doesn't love me back. You artist isn't easy. Sometimes your feet hurt, and then dancing is difficult. And sometimes your throat hurts, and singing is difficult. And sometimes your heart hurts. And being an artist is difficult. You don't always feel capable. And that's hard. Because it can make your spark dim. And when I feel that way, I try to go back to what inspires me. Music and films and artists like Barbara Streisand. I've looked up to her since the very beginning. But most of all, I try to remember the kid who started doing this just for the art of creating things, and for the joy of telling stories, and for the beauty and the power of making people feel things. And all of a sudden, I feel my spark again. Milan room. And I was about to go to bed, and I checked my email. And hiding in my spam my acceptance to one of my very top dream schools. And I guess it's Syracuse University. I committed the next day because I'm not impulsive at all. It was the best feeling ever. I mean, all my hard work had paid off and it was time to go. It was time to go. On August 19, 2021, my mom, my dad, and my sister drove me to the airport. The funny thing is, I hadn't cried all summer. And then I got to the check-in area, and it all hit me like a huge wave. I look at them, and I realize I am not going to hug my sister at her college graduation. And my dad is not going to see me realize finally that we share the same poetic soul. And I'm not going to be by my mom's side as she grieves her mom. And they are not going to see me start a new life or fall in love for the first time or grieve that love or get my license or experience so many firsts or become the artist and person I was always supposed to be. And all I wanted to do was to stay with them. I said goodbye. And they let me go because they knew I had to get on that plane. Even though that was the hardest thing we'd ever done together. To take goodbye, the sweetness and the sorrow. Wish me luck the same to you. But I can't regret what I did for love, what I did for look, my eyes are dry. The gift was ours to borrow. It's as if we always knew. And I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love. What we did for love. Even though, for obvious reasons, they can't be here tonight, I want to thank my family because they do make me feel loved and supported, even from another continent. Before I sing my last song, I want to thank again. My accent came out. Williams. Kathleen Wrinn, who's been an amazing mentor and director. All of my amazing fellow performers and classmates. And all of my teachers. Especially Marina, who's been like my mom for the last 4 years. And lastly, every single one of you that's been part of this journey, because anyone who's ever loved and supported me has been really important for me here. When I was 18 years old, I got on a plane and I crossed the ocean. A whole new life started for me. Now that I'm a senior and I'm moving to New York City, it feels like the same thing is happening again. And I'm scared. But I was scared then. And then I got here. In these 4 years. And this place and these people have been one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. I don't know from who. And so, though so much has changed and I have grown into a new person, what has remained